WEA.
We are a city committed to accountability. We are a city committed to public safety.
Brother Tim says justice was done.
What we wanted the outcome for this trial to be, doesn't matter whether it's murder one or murder.
You're listening to high school basketball on WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. Bring you every baseline crossover, drive through the lane, and put back rebound. We've got comprehensive play-by-play coverage of the talents and skills of your regional high school athletes.
High school sports on 830 WEEU is brought to you in part by Adelphia Seafood, American Diner, Buckman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling, Berks Catholic High School, Chick-fil-A, Cross Keys Insurance, Diefenbach Snacks, Elite Fuel Service, Houndstown Reading, Judd Firestone Plumbing, Kuhn Funeral Home, Overhead Door Company, Redner's Warehouse Markets, Remax Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis, Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, Pizza Como, Reading Fight and Fills, Savage Auto Group, Shirley's Cafe, Shore Stay Best Western Hotel in Reading, and Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society.
And now, coming at you from the sideline, here are your hosts, Bob McCool and Rich Scarcella. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Geico Complex in Reading. Alongside Rich Scarcella, my name is Bob McCool, and tonight it's the Berks Catholic Saints and the Reading Red Knights, Division 1 of the Berks Boys Conference. Saints off to a 4-1 start, Red Knights at 1-4. In Division 1 play, we've been telling you over the course of the first two games of our broadcast schedule that Division 1 is going to be a bloodbath, and it has been so far. The Saints are 1-1. The game you heard last week against Wilson, they took care of business in West Lawn, 54-49. However, by the same score, they lost to Governor Mifflin on Thursday night. In the meantime, Reading High was losing in a game you heard here on WEU on Thursday night to Muhlenberg by a score of 70-58. So the Red Knights are 1-4 overall and 0-1 in the division. As the final couple of games on the conference schedule wrapping up this week before the Christmas break, and we'll have it for you tonight and throughout the week. High school basketball is live on 8:30 a.m. WE in Reading. It's presented to you by Savage Auto Group, and if you haven't found it out by now, and if your friends haven't found it out by now, you can watch all of our coverage for free as well on our YouTube channel. It's 8:30 WEU Sports. That's the YouTube channel. You can also watch it as well on Facebook Live on 8:30 WEU's Facebook page. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back with more of our pregame show after this. It's the Saints and Red Knights tonight on WEU in Reading.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit AdelphiaSeafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Hello, this is John Petruzzelli, principal of Berks Catholic High School. Berks Catholic provides an excellent education centered on the 4 pillars of God, family, academics, and fun. Each day, we love and challenge our students. The class of 2023 received a record $20.3 million in academic scholarships. Come be a part of something amazing. For more information or to schedule a shadow day, please visit berkscatholic.org. And it's always a great day to be a Saint.
Welcome back to the Geico Complex alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. Again, tonight it is the Berks Catholic Saints, the Reading Red Knights. Saints 4-1 overall, 1-1 in Division 1 of the Berks Conference. Red Knights 1-4 and 0-1 in the division. And Rich, I guess we'll start with the Saints. They are the visitor, and they have already experienced what we've been talking about Division 1. They've experienced the good and the bad, as I said. Started out with a win against Wilson on the road. Snip Esley said to you in his postgame conversation that, look, in this division, you got to take care of business on the road and try to steal, or take care of business at home and try to steal one on the road. They got the steal on the road against Wilson. They came back at home, and they lose to Governor Mifflin. That's just a reality check right now.
Yeah, this division is loaded right now, and as he said to us, and he's right, there's a really good team who's probably not going to make the county playoffs, and he said, I hope it's not us. But it's true. These 5 teams might be the best 5, maybe or at least among the best 6 in Berks County, along with probably Exeter. It's going to be a dogfight night after night after night, and I agree with Snip. It's imperative to protect your home court. So I think that's why tonight, this is a bonus game for Berks Catholic, but this is I don't want to say a must game in December, but it's really important for Reading to protect its home court here.
For sure. And the other flip side of this for the Saints is that Kingston McCoy, the runaway right now, the leader in the clubhouse, if you will, for the Berks Player of the Year, with obviously a ton of basketball left to play. But Kingston McCoy, no doubt the real deal, and he's been that way, over 21 points per game so far through the first 5 for the Saints. That's not the question. The question becomes, is there another Saint player out there who can help Kingston McCoy out on the offensive end? And I think that's a question the Saints are going to hope to be able to answer as this season develops.
Yeah, scoring is going to be an issue for Berks Catholic outside Kingston McCoy. It has been in the last 2 games, a loss to Governor Mifflin and a close win at Halifax. They've got to find a way to get a consistent second scorer who can score 10 or 11 points a game. Right now, they don't have it. 3 of their supporting role players went 1 for 15 against Halifax. That's not going to get it done like in a game like tonight against a team that plays outstanding defense in Reading. So that's going to be something to watch. And as this season unfolds, who steps up behind Kingston McCoy to be that guy, to be a second scorer?
And maybe that's why, I mean, look, if you're playing for Snip Esley, you better play defense because that's his number one prerogative. And this is a team that, again, 4-1 with wins over Cumberland Valley, Pope John Paul, Wilson, and Halifax to go along with that loss to Governor Mifflin. But what he's mad about is the defense. Well, that's a defense that gave up 54 points in their loss, and it's a defense that's given up 48.2 points per game. Snip Esley's not happy with that defense.
No, he said they lacked energy. The Saints lacked energy against Governor Mifflin and against Halifax at the defensive end of the floor. He said that they had a prayer meeting, and then they worked on defensive drills extensively last night in practice, and he thinks that they cleared the air and that he's going to get a much better effort on the defensive end from the Saints.
We're going to find that out. We're going to talk a little bit about the home team, the Reading Red Knights, when we come back to the Geico Complex after this. High school basketball presented by Savage Auto Group continues on WEEU in Reading.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Doors. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
Shopping at Redner's has never been easier or more convenient with Redner's Ready, the order online and pickup service for Redner's Markets. Visit rednersmarkets.com and click on the Redner's Ready icon. Then choose your items, pay online, and pick up your order in any of the designated Redner's Ready parking spaces, and your groceries will be brought right to your car. It's Redner's Ready, the convenient online order and pickup service available only at rednersmarkets.com.
Welcome back to Reading High School. Again, alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. As our pregame show continues, we'll talk about the Red Knights. Again, 1-4 so far. They lost to Coatesville, to Father Judge, and to Hazleton before they got their first win of the season against McCaskey, and then began league play in Division I. Again, a game you heard here on WEEU on Thursday night. They had a 15-point lead against Muhlenberg in the second quarter, only to end up losing by 12 to the Mules in Laureldale, 70-58. And, Rich, it's very early in the season, but to quote Yogi Berra, with Reading High fans, it gets early quick in these parts because it gets late early is the exact Yogi Berra quote, because the faithful can lose their faith very quickly if the wins aren't coming with Reading High.
We saw it last year when Reading got off to a slow start and then lost a really 24-point loss to Exeter here, which surprised the heck out of us. And, you know, there were fans jumping off the bandwagon, as fans tend to do. But they came back on as Reading played better and better and better as the season went on, got to the county final, lost a heartbreaking decision to Wilson, got to the district semifinals, went to the state semifinals, and had a really, really good season. This team is young. They lost a lot from that the Final Four team of last year. You're relying, as Francis Camara has told us tonight, told us last week, you're relying on a junior, Wesley Rosario, and a sophomore, Jeremiah Kamara, who both started last year and are the only returning starters, to provide some leadership. Rosario, we think what we saw Thursday night has done that. He's got to be the calm, as Francis Camara said, and he's done that. He's being a leader. You can see that. Unfortunately, he picked up his second foul midway through the second quarter at Muhlenberg. Francis Camara took him out with Reading up 15. Obviously, a logical decision.
Yep.
The decision but backfired because Muhlenberg made a charge in those last 3.5 minutes of the second quarter, got within 3, and then pulled away in the second half. But really, this is a young team, and I think, I just like last year, it's going to get better and better as the season goes on.
Yeah, I went back and looked at it to the point Rich made about the game against Exeter, and we had that game for you. You don't see too many teams take apart a Reading High team ever, much less on this floor, and Exeter did that night. They shut the lights out, and they put a whooping on the Red Knights, and after that game was over with, the Red Knights were 5-4. Rich just mentioned they went to the state semifinals. They ended up 22-11. So the Red Knights figured it out, and they got better as the season went on, and that's the key, to be playing your best basketball into January and February, and we expect nothing but that from the Red Knights because of their youth. But the key component, as we saw for sure in that game on Thursday night, is the fact that Wesley Rosario has to be on the floor for this team to be running at its best. And when he was, as they were in the second quarter, they were running at their best. They led Muhlenberg 37-22 up until he got into foul trouble. And even though he was back and in there on the third quarter, the Red Knights just never really recalibrated because they were turning the ball over. And Francis Camara just said they were just impatient. They weren't working for their shots the way they were.
Right. They lost their composure. It wasn't like they were yelling and screaming or anything. They lost their composure in the way they played the game. As less passing, more dribbling, more one-on-one play, weren't playing very good defense, and it eventually turned into a 12-point loss. That was a game that Reading had in its grasp, up 15, midway through the second quarter, playing really well, just sharing the basketball, playing great defense. And just like that, it fell apart, and Muhlenberg recovered and played a really good second half.
For sure. So it's time now for us to take a look at our keys to the game. And they're brought to you by RE/MAX Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis. If you're buying or selling a home, Phil Macaronis is a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame with over 20 years of experience providing countless buyers and sellers keys to their real estate transactions. Call 610-670-2770 and ask for Phil Macaronis for the keys to buying and selling your home. It's the Saints and the Red Knights, and Rich Garcella has his keys to tonight's game.
Let's start with the visiting Berks Catholic Saints. The keys: shoot the basketball better. They've not done a good job of that in their last two games. A tight win at Halifax, a league loss against Governor Mifflin. More energy on defense. They rely, historically, Snip Esterly teams rely on defense. He wants to see a lot more energy at the defensive end than he has seen in the last couple games. And the third thing is limit the turnovers. You have to do that against Reading High. You can't get into you can't turn it over 15, 18 times and expect to win. For the home team, the Reading High Red Knights, they've got to keep Kingston McCoy off the offensive glass because he's such a good rebounder and such a good gets off his feet so quickly. That's going to be a big concern for the Red Knights. Secondly, be patient and disciplined on offense. Don't take risks. Play your normal game. And honestly, if they do that against the Saints, they should be okay because the Saints are struggling to score the ball. The third thing is composure, composure, composure. We heard that Thursday night. We didn't see it Thursday night. Francis Kamara stressed it again to us in our pregame meeting. Let's see if the Red Knights deliver on that and show composure when the game matters most.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society. They've been serving authentic homemade Italian dishes for over 100 years. And new memberships are now accepted for only $10. The facility at 311 Hazel Street in Reading is also available for rental for private parties, banquets, and celebrations. Victor Emmanuel, a taste of Italy right here in Reading. For the visiting Saints under Hall of Fame coach Snip Esterly, 14 seasons since the inception of Berks Catholic High School, 277-90. But in his time as a head coach, first at Central Catholic and then, of course, at Berks Catholic, 36 seasons, all-time winningest coach in Berks County, one of the all-time winningest coaches in the history of Pennsylvania as well. 819 wins and 223 losses. And the Saints will have at forward spots, it's 6'2" junior Gavin Welker and 6' junior Jackson Kozik. Brady Altamar, 5'9" and a junior, is at one guard spot. Zach Susky, 6 foot and a senior, is as another. And the man with the basketball in his hands more often than not will be 6'2" junior Kingston McCoy. McCoy at 21.6 points per game. Walker and Susky both at about 7.5 a game. Kozik is at 4.2, and the Saints are looking for some more offense from Brady Altamar as he gets himself back into better basketball shape, struggling through an early season ankle injury, averaging just 2.5 points so far. Take a look at freshman off the bench in Carmelo Harper. He is a handful and going to be a player for the Saints for the next couple of years, averaging at 7.6 points per game. For Francis Kamara, the Red Knights coach, is in his second season at his alma mater, 23-15. And the Red Knights youth be served. A couple of forwards as seniors in Khalil Samuel, 6'2" and a senior, and Xavier Beatty, 6'3" and a senior. Jeremiah Kamara, the coach's son, at 5'9" and a sophomore. Justin DeCastro, another name to be reckoned with in Reading High basketball, 6'2" sophomore, averaging 15.8 points per game. And the man with the basketball more often than not is 6' junior Wesley Rosario at 12.5 points per game. Jeremiah Kamara at 11.8. Samuels at 8.4. And Beatty at 4.7 for the Red Knight averages. We'll now take a look into our spotlight. Our spotlight is brought to you by Bachman Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling. Whether your needs are residential or commercial, Bachman's makes the home improvement process easy. The Bachman family has proudly served the Berks County community for over 50 years. Tonight, we turn the spotlight on a matchup of juniors. Wesley Rosario for Reading High and Kingston McCoy for Berks Catholic, two of the best juniors in the county. And not only are they on the floor at the same time, they are going to be jaw-to-jaw with each other on both sides of the floor. Kingston McCoy, we knew for sure, would be the guy who guards Wesley Rosario. He is the Saints' best defender. We asked Francis Kamara who guards Kingston McCoy to start, and he said Wesley Rosario.
Yeah, this will be a great matchup. Two very, very good players. Rosario, maybe the best passer in this league. McCoy, the best player, in our opinion, in the league. It should be a dandy.
And we will have the tip-off of tonight's game when we come back. Tonight's game and the tip-off of tonight's game presented by Cross Keys Insurance, an independent insurance agency that can help you find the right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs. With offices in both Reading and Hamburg, Cross Keys Insurance will be the key to your security. We'll take one more quick timeout. When we come back, it is indeed tip-off time from the Geico Complex. It's the Berks Catholic Saints, the Reading Red Knights, when we come back after this on WEEU in Reading.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
I'm John Petruzzelli, principal of Berks Catholic High School, a school where students feel safe, loved, and challenged. Guided by our 4 pillars of success, God, family, academics, and fun, we strive to positively impact our students spiritually, academically, socially, and emotionally so they can lead distinguished lives of service and one day reach heaven. To learn more about how to be a saint, please visit berkscatholic.org. It's always a great day to be a saint.
Back at the Geico Complex, which has seen yet another makeover, brand new floor here at the Geico Complex that looks absolutely spectacular. As the Geico Complex has had a couple of makeovers over the course of the last couple of years, it looks a whole lot brighter in here and ready for a basketball game to take place between the Berks Catholic Saints and the Reading Red Knights. Again, the Saints and the Red Knights alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool, getting set for tonight's game. Don't forget, we got more basketball coming your way on Friday night. We'll see the same Reading Red Knights. They'll be in West Lawn to take on Wilson. We'll have that one for you again at 7 o'clock. And then one more game on our schedule before the Christmas break, and that'll be Monday night. That's going to be a girls' basketball game between Berks Catholic and Wyomissing. Maya Stewart, the 2-time Berks County Player of the Year, and coming back for one more with the Spartans, and they will take on Madison Langdon, and the Berks Catholic Saints. Will have that one for you Monday night from Wyomissing at 7 o'clock. We are set to go. Our officials for tonight's game, Jay Schmale, Tim Negrini, and Tim Ray on the whistles. And the Red Knights in their home whites with the red and black trim, and the Saints in the visiting black with a gold trim, and the ball tipped out of bounds, last touch by Berks Catholic, and so the Red Knights will take possession. Khalil Samuel, Wesley Rosario, Jeremiah Kamara, Justin DeCastro, and Xavier Beatty, the 5 on the floor. Beatty comes out between the circles, gives it up for Rosario, again guarded by McCoy, to the corner for Samuel, and right back to Rosario. High post is DeCastro. DeCastro turns and faces defender, pulls up for the jump shot, and it rims out. And rebounded by Zach Susky, and one and done for the Red Knights.
Yeah, DeCastro, we saw at Muhlenberg score 17 points in the first half, or 16 points, whatever it was. Anyway, the fact is he is an offensive weapon for the Red Knights. Great shooting touch.
McCoy from the corner shows his great shooting touch as he buries the corner 3, and the Saints strike first.
Yeah, Kingston McCoy can score from anywhere on the floor. He showed that last week at Wilson. Hit some big threes in that second half.
His 7th 3 of the season has the Saints on the board first. Here's Jeremiah Kamara, jump stop in the paint, ball loose, picked up by Samuel. The cutter is Beatty, kicks it right back to Samuel in the corner, step back for 3 to match it. That's off the rim. Good rebound by DeCastro. Pulls it down. He's in a heavy traffic jam, works his way free, blocked by McCoy, picked up on a bounce by Beatty, and the Red Knights will get another look. Rosario, right wing, will drive inside, floats and scores for 2.
Strong move by Rosario. Usually he looks to pass first. That time he attacked the basket.
3-2 now, Saints on top. And the Red Knights will show the full court man-to-man defense. Brady Altamar will clear everything off away, and the junior point guard will take it across half court. To the right corner now for McCoy, again guarded by Rosario. Rosario had those 2 fouls in the second quarter, had to come out. Here's Welker, goes right by his man and takes it to the hole, and the Saints score 2 more.
That's a guy who could be the second scorer behind Kingston McCoy. We saw him, had a big first half last week at Wilson, then he kind of cooled off, but he's a guy I think that can emerge as a second scorer.
It's season high of 14 in the non-leaguer Saturday against Halifax. Now we're going to ball knocked out of bounds. I hope they're going to call a traveling violation on Rosario on the spin move to the hole. Rosario not in complete agreement with that, but it is the first turnover of the game. 5-2 Saints on top. We've played 2 minutes here at the Geigel. Kingston McCoy now will take it across half court with Rosario hounding him. Gives it up for Jackson Kozik a long way from the basket, who gives it back for Welker, guarded by Kamara, and travels with it. Right back, the Saints give it back. So a traveling violation on both ends of the floor. Remind you, coming up in January, our scoreboard show will return. You've heard it throughout the football season. It will return as part of our basketball coverage beginning on January 6th. And after each and every one of our games during the month of January, you'll hear the scoreboard show with Jeff Nolan and Matt Knobb handling those responsibilities, updates on all the games going on around the county, and some interviews with coaches and players as well, beginning again with our coverage in January. Here's DeCastro posting up against Welker, forces his way in tight and kisses it off the glass for 2.
Backed them in. Strong move by DeCastro.
5-4 now is our score as DeCastro gets his first 2. Again, averaging 15.8. He's been in double figures 4 straight. Welker from the corners, an air ball, but right to Kingston McCoy, who lays it in.
Again, that's a concern for Francis Kamara and the Red Knights. Kingston McCoy's offensive rebounding.
And nobody putting a body on him. Easy pickings from McCoy, who has 5 of the Saints 7. Here's Kamara going inside, draws the contact, and he'll end up at the free throw line. That should be the first foul of the game against the Saints, and it's Brady Altamar. It'll put Jeremiah Kamara at the free throw line for the Red Knights. Kamara on the season, 7 for 8 at the free throw line. Jeremiah, the sophomore, averaging 11.8 points per game. And his first is good.
It's unusually quiet here at the Geigel, isn't it?
It is indeed. Well, we talked about it. The bandwagon will come and go with Reading High basketball. That's just the flow of things. And right now, I'm sure it's a bit down because the Red Knights are off to the 1-4 start. But as the wins pile up, this place will get a whole lot louder. Kamara makes them both, pulls the Red Knights within 1. Altamar with a spin move to get away from him, and then the finish at the rim over to Castro for a tough 2.
Yeah, really nice move by Brady Altamar. Went strong to the glass and scored.
And now Samuel will try to do the same on the other end. Missed it. Beatty with a weak side rebound. His putback no good. Samuel tapped it. That's no good. And finally, Zach Susky pulls it away for the Saints as the Red Knights go 0 for 3.
Saints doing a pretty good job defensively inside.
Kingston McCoy goes by the defense and up to the rim before he is fouled. Kingston McCoy can't make the shot, but draws the contact on to Castro. It'll be the first foul against Reading High. Kingston McCoy will shoot 2.
Yeah, defensively, Berks Catholic strong inside, but I don't think that Snip Esterly is going to like their boxing out because Reading's gotten quite a few second chances, just hasn't been able to convert yet.
McCoy's first at the line is short. First miss of the season for McCoy. A little surprising. He is coming into this game with only 3 foul shots attempted through the first 5. 3 for 3 at the line. Yeah, it's Rich Garcella's silent look at me was the exact same I did. He's now 4 for 5 in the season at the free throw line. 10-6 Saints on top, 4:15 to go, first quarter. DeCastro, crossover, dribble, draws contact. This one is going to be on Welker. We talked with Francis Kamara about Justin DeCastro before game 1 that we saw him on a Thursday against Muhlenberg. We saw talking about again tonight about his scoring ability, and he is not surprised at how successful he's been early on. 15.8 points per game for the sophomore. And he's at the free throw line to shoot 2 here and makes the first. Foul on Welker, his first, Saints second.
I got to imagine that last year at the freshman level, he was dominating games because he is a scorer, and he lets the game come to him. He doesn't try to force anything.
And that's the biggest thing in Francis Kamara's mind as to why the scoring has gotten better. Now the Red Knights a little 1-2-2 or 1-3-1 pressure leaves Susky open for 3 from the corner, rattles it home.
Yeah, that's important for Susky to get started with a 3 wide open from the left corner.
4 of the 5 Saints have scored, and the Red Knights turn it over as Rosario kicked it to Samuel, who had headed to the basket. Reading High will turn it over for the second time with the Saints on top 13-8. Couple of substitutions for the Red Knights. Jameer Jacob, a 6'3 sophomore into the game. Nelson Malave, 6-foot sophomore into the game as well. And now for the Saints, Carmelo Harper, 5'10 freshman. We mentioned him at the beginning. Will check into the game. Also into the game comes 6'1 sophomore Johnny Gisa.
Steve Besterly had a couple nice things to say about Gisa, sophomore who was playing in the JV game when we were speaking to him.
McCoy drives, kicks to Welker, who ends up kicking it back to McCoy, who's now going to reset from the top of the key. Guarded by Malave. Now they swing it around for Gisa and into the corner for Welker. Saints showing great patience with a 5-point lead and 3:30 left to go in the first quarter. Back to McCoy. McCoy, long 3, good.
Wow. That was a 25-footer. McCoy with 9 points.
And the lead is 8. Malave to match that, and he's pure from the baseline. Nelson Malave, who starts on the JV team, comes into the game and immediately gets into scoring column for the Red Knights.
Regarding McCoy right now.
Gisa fires a corner 3. That's no good. Susky with an offensive rebound kicks it back to Gisa, who will deny pulling the trigger the second time. And now flips it back to McCoy, who will go off the Gisa screen. Crossover dribble to get himself free from Rosario and buries the jumper. That's a 2 for McCoy from distance. Just with the toes on the line, it's 18-10.
Kingston McCoy showing his versatility. That was a pretty step back.
He's in double figures already with 11. Here's Jacob working hard inside, but comes up empty, and McCoy comes up with a rebound. Saints on top by 8 and looking for more in the hands of McCoy. To the corner for Welker. Red Knights adjust defensively. Flip it back around. Harper fakes the 3, wants to drive, cut off by DeCastro. Now back to McCoy, guarded by Kamara. Kingston with a huge size advantage on Jeremiah if he posts up on him. Flip it around for Gisa. McCoy will shoot over the top instead. It buries another. This one a 3.
That is 3 for 3 from 3-point range for Kingston McCoy. 5 for 5 overall.
14 points for McCoy. The lead reaches 11, and the Red Knights need a timeout, and they'll take one. We'll take a quick timeout with Reading High. With 2:06 still left to go in the first quarter, Saints out to a fast start. They lead at 21-10 when we're back after this.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
21-10. Berks Catholic out to the fast start over Reading High, forcing the Red Knights to call a timeout. Kingston McCoy with some college recruiters sniffing around for obvious reasons, and they're seeing a show from this junior early on.
Yeah, Villanova came up to Berks County to see him play last week against Governor Mifflin, and tonight Penn State assistant coach Jamal Brunn is here watching, and he is seeing, I'm sure he's seeing a lot of things that he's liking so far.
He might want to go to the glove compartment and get the paperwork out a while. Just saying. It's a pretty good first quarter for Kingston McCoy. With still 2 minutes left to go. He's got 14. Rosario, Kamara, a long 3 for Kamara as well. Short, McCoy has the rebound. So out of the timeout, the Red Knights come back with a long 3 that's short. And McCoy's looking for more with Rosario guarding him. Gives it up instead for Gisa, along with Welker. Susky, they go for the steal. It leaves Susky behind the back of the defense for an easy 2.
Great pump fake by Zach Susky along the baseline.
And up on the opposite end of the floor, the Saints will commit a foul. The bucket went in. Are they going to count the bucket and a foul? No, they're going to say it's before. The foul is on Welker. That's going to be his second. And the Saints third.
Wait a minute. Tim Ray's saying a two-shot foul, but the ball went in the basket.
Right. So that's the question. If the ball went in the basket, it's either now they're going to figure this out. The foul's on Welker. That's his second.
Yeah, that could be an issue.
So the question becomes if the official may not have seen that the ball went in the basket, and that's why he was saying it was a two-shot foul. So that's what they're going to confer.
Good. Yeah.
So they're going to say the bucket's good, and then it's a foul on the shot, so it's a three-point play.
Or
not.
Or not.
No, they're going to say it's a foul. It's underneath. All right,
okay.
So the bucket is not good. So when the Red Knights will get the ball underneath. So it remains a 23-10 game. And Cameron Jones checks into the game for Reading High, 6-foot freshman on the floor. Khalil Samuel checks back in. Rosario on the inbounds is open for a three. That's no good. It's deflected around. It's loose on the floor, and Susky picks it up for Berks Catholic. 1:20 left to go in the first, and a 13-point Saint advantage. Altamar, crossover dribble to get himself away from Rosario, puts on the brakes to the foul line. Back to Harper. Matchup of freshman guarded by Jones. And now into the hands of McCoy. Step back for three more. This one is short, and Jacob has the rebound, and a foul on the reach-in called against Johnny Gisa and Berks Catholic. That'll be the fourth against the Saints. One more would put the Red Knights in the double bonus already in this first quarter with 1:02 left to go.
I'm waiting for Kingston McCoy to pump fake from behind the three-point line and go to the basket. I think we're going to see that soon.
Malave trying to get it down the low post to Jacob, guarded by Gisa. Jacob going to push his way down, bull his way in. Now kick it back for Rosario. Great find to Malave. Malave hesitated, and Susky blocked it from behind. The hesitation cost the Red Knights a bucket.
Yeah, and cost Wesley Rosario an assist because that was a pretty pass.
Inside of 40 seconds to go. Here's Harper from the foul line. A little fadeaway, but it's going to be an offensive foul on Wesley Rosario.
On Harper.
On Harper, excuse me.
Yeah.
Kamala Harper on the push-off commits the offensive foul, and that'll be his first, team's fifth. But it's a player possession foul, so you don't shoot on that with the final 30 seconds now of the first quarter for Reading High to try to chip away at this deficit of 13 points. Rosario off the screen, going to drive himself against McCoy, dumps it off for Jacob, saves it back for Samuel, still 20 seconds on the clock. Samuel, scoop shot, no, deflected and controlled by the Saints in the hands of McCoy. Kingston McCoy up the floor at the foul line, stutter step, drive, stripped by Rosario. Up ahead for Samuel. There's time on the clock for the Red Knights. For Jones, if he can gather it, he cannot. Ball still loose. Reading High picks it up, and they don't get a shot off in the foray of the scramble with the basketball. And the first quarter comes to an end. A great one for Berks Catholic. They jump out to the early lead, and after 8 minutes of basketball, the score, Berks Catholic 23, Reading High 10. We'll take a timeout back to the Geico Complex in Reading right after this on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away. Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
23-10, our score. Saints on top early in this one after a quarter alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. Reading High and Berks Catholic. Again, this is a Division I matchup in the Berks Boys Conference with the Saints now playing in Division I. So these two will meet again this season at Lloyd Wolf Gymnasium. We'll have that one for you as well later on in our schedule after the new year here on WEU. But right now, it's a good first 8 minutes of basketball for the Saints. They got the basketball to start the second quarter.
Reading has gone to a 2-3 zone, which is highly unusual for the Red Knights. They're a man team, but I'm guessing Francis Kamara just doesn't like the matchup against Kingston McCoy.
Carmela Harper drives on Cameron Jones, and Jones went for the steal and gets called for the foul. So the first foul of the second quarter against anyone is the first personal against Cameron Jones. As Rich said, a 2-3 zone defense for the Red Knights. They work it to the high post and then back to McCoy on the right wing. To Altamar from the top of the key for Harper, left wing. They sag off of him. Susky open in the corner for three and gets another.
Zach Susky, 3 for 3 from the field. Couple threes and a 2.
The Saints have hit 3 threes from that very same corner, with McCoy hitting the first of his 3 threes from that corner as well. 26-10, Berks Catholic on top.
And Berks Catholic is a sizzling 10 for 13 from the field. I don't think that's going to last.
Jones tangled up, almost taken away by McCoy. Jones picks it back up and takes it to the hole, does not lose sight of the basketball or the bucket, and Jones finishes with a left hand for 2 points.
Great persistence by Cam Jones.
Just a freshman. He gets the Saints back, the Red Knights, back to within 14. 6:40 to go. 26-12 Berks Catholic. McCoy from the corner. Kozik, left elbow, no. Rebounded by DeCastro. The Red Knights want to go. Up ahead for Beatty. Beatty to the rim. Count the bucket and a foul.
That's what Reading has to do. They've got to go in transition. They haven't had many transition opportunities because Berks Catholic's making so many baskets. That time they beat the Saints down the floor.
Jackson Kozik picks up the foul. Xavier Beatty made the bucket, his first points of the game, and a chance to make this a three-point play if he can convert. Foul on Kozik, his first. Beatty misses the free throw. So it's 26-14. Saints on top. And they've got the basketball early on, second quarter. To the baseline for Susky. Turnaround jumper, no. Rebounded by Samuel. And again, Reading High wants to push. Up ahead for Kamara. Off the left wing, Kamara to the hole. Drives inside, blocked. And a good help defense by Kozik. Back the other way comes Kingston McCoy and Berks Catholic to the foul line. Right elbow, looks for somebody open. It's Susky. Swings it back and around for Altamar. He's going to reset between the circles. Altamar drives back to the corner for Susky. Up high, Kozik fakes the three, drives inside. Not there, but a contact and a foul will put Kozik at the free throw line.
Might be second foul on Cam Jones. Yes, it is.
Second as well against Reading High in the second quarter, and Kozik will shoot 2 foul shots now for Berks Catholic. Kozik, the tight end on the football team for the Saints, at the free throw line so far this season, just 2 for 4. And misses the first here. With his second personal foul, Jones heads to the bench, and Wesley Rosario back in now for Reading High.
Let's see if Reading goes back to man-to-man now that Rosario is back in the game.
Kozik makes the second, so all 5 Saints starters have scored in this one. Their lead is 27-14, 5:45 left to go first half. Rosario gives it up for Samuel. DeCastro posting up down low. They don't give it to him. Right back to Samuel in the corner. Still not getting it down low to DeCastro. Rosario shoot the three instead, and it's pure.
Yeah, that was a deep one, too. That was a good 24 feet from the basket.
Rosario's second three of the season pulls the Red Knights back to within 10. 5:15 to go. Harper driving on Beatty. Stops, plants, gets Beatty out of his way, and gets the bucket.
It's hard. We said it last week. It's hard to believe he's a freshman. That was a veteran move.
His first 2 points puts it at a 12-point game again, and now another foul on the other end against Berks Catholic.
Might be Harper.
It is his second. So some issues for the foul for the Saints. Gavin Welker already on the bench with 2 personals. Now Harper joins him with his second personal, and it puts Justin DeCastro at the free throw line for Reading High, who makes the first of the 2 shots. And the second as well. 6 points for DeCastro, 4 of those 6 at the line, and now the Red Knights will pick up three-quarter court.
Little zone action here, 1-2-2, just to kind of slow down the Saints.
Berks Catholic's lead is 10 inside of 5 minutes left to go in the half. Brady Altamar, Kingston McCoy, Jackson Kozik, Carmelo Harper, Zach Susky, the 5 on the floor for the Saints. McCoy again with a long three and rattles home another, his 4th three of the game.
I was just going to say that then after out of the 1-2-2, they went back to the 2-3 zone, and Kingston McCoy found a seam and buried the 3.
17 for McCoy already. The lead is 13 again. Samuel, step back for three to match that. It does. Khalil Samuel from distance.
First basket of the night after 4 misses for Khalil Samuel.
Right back to a 10-point difference, 32-22. Saints to half to midcourt with McCoy. Nearly taken away. The Saints get to keep up possession. McCoy again from three. This one is short. Tipped around. Kozik comes up with a rebound. Dumps it inside for Susky. Double team. Ball's on the floor. Red Knights go down and get it. Tied up. Possession arrow will give it to Reading High. Good job by Khalil Samuel to get down on the floor for the Red Knights and get there first, as Johnny Giesa will check back in now for Berks Catholic. We're halfway through quarter number 2, and the Red Knights with a chance to get this to single digits if they can cash in on the offensive end. Rosario from the right wing, guarded by McCoy. Rubs off a screen, trying to go backdoor. It ends up in the hands of DeCastro. Lots of Saints around him missed the shot, and Susky pulls up the rebound for Berks Catholic. Everything but the finish for DeCastro in the paint with a lot of Berks Catholic defenders around him. Brady Altamar has it back for Berks Catholic in the front court. 3:20 left in the first half. Harper has it poked away from behind by Rosario. Up ahead to Rosario to the rim and two.
Now that's when Reading is at its best. In transition, create the turnover, convert it into a basket.
Rosario poked it from behind away and then ultimately finished it off on the other end. And the Red Knights are within 8 with 3 minutes to go in the half. A little bit more bounce in the step of the Red Knights. Giesa, McCoy. Guarded now by Samuel.
This might be a box and one. Samuel on McCoy.
I think you're right. There's Rosario with another steal. Rosario in the full court takes it to the rim for 2 more.
Wesley Rosario with 9 points.
So the Red Knights with back-to-back defense into offense and a timeout for the Saints as Reading High has cut it to within 6 with 2:37 to go in the half. Reading High now down by 6 at 32-26. Berks Catholic back to Reading High right after this on WEEU in Reading.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis. No matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Rich Snip-Esley talking to us before the game, not happy with his defense. Right now, Reading High is turning defense into offense with a couple of steals from Wesley Rosario that led the buckets the other way, and all of a sudden, Reading High is within 6 points.
I'm sure he's not happy right now with the Saints ball handling because they're making some lazy passes against pressure, and you can't do that against Reading. You know that's their forte. It's to hit the deflect passes, create turnovers.
McCoy fakes the 3, steps inside for a 2, and McCoy with 2 more.
Hard to stop that. Mid-range jumper by McCoy.
Makes it an 8-point game at 34-26. Ball deflected out of bounds by Carmelo Harper. 2:12 to go in the first half. Reading High with the basketball. Berks Catholic with the lead. 34-26 with 19 of those 34 for Berks Catholic coming at the hands of junior Kingston McCoy. Phil Samuel with the basketball on the right side. Guarded by Johnny Giesa. Drives, nowhere to go. Threw it away. Threw it right back into the thick of the defense of Berks Catholic. And the Red Knights' first turnover of the third quarter, and the Saints have it back inside of 2 minutes to go in the half. Zach Susky for McCoy. Catch and shoot 3. No. Good box out by Rosario. Wesley Rosario across half court quickly from one end to the other. Jump step, dumps it off for DeCastro, blocked and fouled. Josh DeCastro will shoot 2 more for the Red Knights.
I think this is on Susky.
You are correct. Susky picks up his first, Saints third. And DeCastro, who's already got 4 of his 6 on the night at the free throw line, will shoot 2 more for Reading. And that 2 is good. Castro had 17 in the game you heard here on WEEU against Muhlenberg, but all of that was very early in the game, was shut out in the second half as he goes 2 for 2 here. Got 8 now, and the Red Knights are back to within 6, 34-28. 1:35 to go in half number 1.
And this is straight up man-to-man. Rosario on, wow, what a drive.
Altamar beats Rosario off the dribble, takes it all the way to the rim for 2, and it's right back up to a 36-28 Saint advantage. 4 for Altamar.
That was a great move by Brady Altamar. Rosario was hoping, expecting that he was going to make a pass.
Kamara goes inside, misses it, fight for the rebound. Samuel in there fighting with it, and Altamar came away with it, and now a foul is called in the scurry underneath. And this one, I believe, is going to be on the Red Knights. It is. It's going to be on Malave, his first, Reading's third. 1:06 to go in the half. Both teams with a foul to give before you put your opponent in the bonus. Harper, being guarded by Kamara, takes it up the floor. Inside of a minute to go in the half. Harper behind his back to get away from the defense. Kick, corner 3. Gisa, no. Rebounded by Harper. Looking for some help somewhere and threw it away. Samuel with the steal for Reading High. In the hands of Rosario between the circles. Fakes right, goes left, drives, kicks for Kamara. Kamara, without a field goal so far, pulls up for the jumper way off and rebounded by McCoy. 25 seconds left to go. If Snip Essley has his way, they'll hold for a shot here. I'm not sure if Reading High will concede that quickly. Down to 15 seconds. In the hands of McCoy, long way from the basket. Now dribbles back towards half court. Beats his man off the dribble, pulls up, puts up the shot from inside the foul line for 2.
He looked like he almost walked, saved himself, then off balance, made a shot inside the lane.
Rosario from just across half court comes up empty, and the Saints, after 2 quarters, will head to the locker room with a 10-point advantage. They led by 13 after 1, headed up to a 16-point game. Reading High closed to within 6. It's a 10-point game after 2. It's Berks Catholic 38, Reading 28. We'll take a timeout. Back with our halftime show. Right after this, you'll listen to high school basketball presented by Savage Group live on WEEU in Reading.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
Hello, this is John Petruzzelli, principal of Berks Catholic High School. Berks Catholic provides an excellent education centered on the 4 pillars of God, family, academics, and fun. Each day, we love and challenge our students. The class of 2023 received a record $20.3 million in academic scholarships. Come be a part of something amazing. For more information or to schedule a shadow day, please visit berkscatholic.org. And it's always a great day to be a Saint.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end. Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Tonight's halftime show is brought to you by Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. When you need a plumber, get a good one. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Lincoln Plumbing has the experience to help from a leaky faucet to a whole bathroom remodel. Call 610-376-0863 for Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, as honest as their name. Berks Catholic and Reading High through 2 quarters, and it's the Saints on top by a score of 38-28. Saints got off to a blistering start thanks in large part to Kingston McCoy, who had 14 of their 23 points after 1 quarter when the Saints led it 23-10. Saints got a 3 from Zach Susky to start the second quarter, and the lead grew to 26-10 before the Red Knights finally got it going back in their direction. They closed it to within 6 during that second quarter before McCoy hit another couple of tough shots in the end of the second quarter. He's got 21, and the Saints lead is 10 at 38-28. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. Rich, one of the things we talked about in our pregame show was if Kingston McCoy was enough offensively for the Saints that they knew they needed more offense from somebody else. Well, they do, but yet again, Kingston McCoy is pretty good on his own offensively.
Bob, if there is a better player in Berks County, I haven't seen him. I am not aware of him. Because if you watch tonight's game, this is Reading High. This isn't a smaller school or anything like that. Kingston McCoy is eating the Reading High defense alive. 8 for 11 field goals. He is 4 for 7 from three-point range. He is doing it all, and he's really put the Saints on his back, and this is impressive.
Here's the backstory. He's also their best defensive player, and Snip Besley, when you ask him about anything about Kingston McCoy, what he'll talk to you about more than anything is his leadership ability. He's the first one in the gym. He's at this gym every day at 5 o'clock in the morning. He's constantly working out and trying to always to get better, and that's why Kingston McCoy has made himself the player he is. As Rich pointed out that there are some coaches here from Penn State who have seen him in the last 2 games that we've saw of Berks Catholic, both at Wilson last Monday and tonight here at Reading High as well. And as Rich said as well, Villanova coaches have seen and liked what they've seen from him. And the reason why they're seeing him as much now as anything, again, he's only a junior, but the junior season is the big recruiting year, and especially in the summertime. And Kingston McCoy, after breaking his leg last year, had no summer basketball. His summer was rehabilitating himself to get himself back to the point where he could play in this his junior year. So the recruiting table is a bit behind for McCoy.
So he couldn't go to camps, or
Right.
he couldn't play in a lot of tournaments where there are a lot of college basketball coaches. But I will tell you this, Penn State and Villanova will not be alone. We will see coaches from other schools here at Berks Catholic games the rest of this winter.
Right. And so how does these Red Knights reconfigure themselves to get themselves back in this game? And I think, Rich, the answer comes what they did to get themselves from a 16-point deficit to a 6-point deficit, and that was get the engine running. If they can get defense going, if they can get steals and get the transition game going, the Saints can't play at that pace that Reading High can play at. And if the Red Knights can do that and do it on a consistent level, this game can still very much be theirs.
Yeah. If Berks Catholic had 6 turnovers in the half, and I will tell you right now, Snip Esterly would sign up for the 6 turnovers in the second half right now, because if they do that, he likes their chances, and I like their chances of winning this game. Reading must create more havoc on defense, must create more pressure, more turnovers, and get their transition game running, because we saw how effective it was in the second quarter. And like you said, it got the Red Knights back in this thing, and then just the last minute or so, Kingston McCoy and hit a couple shots. Brady Aldemar with a big drive against Wesley Rosario. So, I think in order for Reading to get back in this game, to win this game, they've got to crank it up on defense.
So the scoring numbers, again, Kingston McCoy with 21 of the Saints' 38. Zach Susky with a couple of threes as well. And he's got 8, 4 for Brady Altamar, 2 each for Gavin Welker and Carmelo Harper, and 1 for Jackson Kozik, and the Saint total of 38. For Reading High, Wesley Rosario with 9, Justin Castro with 8, 3 for Khalil Samuel, 2 each for Cameron Jones, Nelson Malave, Xavier Beatty, and most importantly for Reading High, Jeremiah Kamara. One of the leaders for this Red Knight team, a very experienced player, obviously the son of the head coach, Francis Kamara. But Jeremiah Kamara was just 2 points in this ball game for Reading High, and that comes at the foul line.
Yeah,
So
he's 0 for 4 from the field.
It brings out a couple of things to me, Rich, because Jeremiah is one of those players where that clock is ticking. He knows how many points he has, and if he can get to the point where he might get a little bit trigger happy with those points don't come natural to him. And so I would think if you're Reading High, you need to get him involved in the offense for not only your benefit because you're down by 10, but for his benefit as well, because the longer it goes without him scoring, I think he's going to start playing a little bit more pressure-packed in his own mind.
This is a key. These first 4 minutes of the second half are really critical for Reading. They can't lose their composure. They did against Muhlenberg last week on Thursday night. Muhlenberg was down 3 at the half, and then the first 4 or 5 minutes of the third quarter, Reading started playing one-on-one, stopped sharing the basketball. Let's see if Francis Camara's halftime message, which I'm sure is, stay to the plan, stick to the plan, share the basketball, create open shots, create easy baskets in transition. Right now, they're not getting a lot of easy shots in the half court. Berks Catholic has played really good defense. Snip Esterly was concerned about the Saints. They've really shown a lot of energy at the defensive end.
38-28 is our score. We'll take one more quick timeout on our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show. When we come back, it's third quarter basketball. Saints and Red Knights with Berks Catholic on top, 38-28 at the break.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
38-28 is our score. Reminder, more basketball coming your way on Friday night here on WEEU. We'll be in West Lawn as the Red Knights and Wilson Bulldogs go toe-to-toe with one another. And then Monday night, our final game before the Christmas break, Berks Catholic and Wyomissing. Girls basketball for you on Monday night. And a little bit of a game in between, actually 2 games in between. And that is on Saturday, of course, the Penn State Nittany Lions in the football college playoffs. And the SMU Mustangs is what I'm trying to say. Are they going to be the opponent? That'll be a 12 noon kickoff. You can hear Rich Garcella and yours truly at Nittany Extra at 10 a.m. as part of our pregame show. And Penn State and SMU, 12 noon kickoff in the first round of the college football playoffs. And then on Sunday, it will be the Eagles and the Washington Commanders. So some basketball and some football here at WEEU as our winter sports coverage kicks into high gear over the course of December and into the new year. We are ready to start the second half, and it's presented to you by Crosskeys Insurance, an independent insurance agency that can help you find the right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs. With offices in both Reading and Hamburg, Crosskeys Insurance will be the key to your security. Saints with the basketball to start the second half. Ball tipped out of bounds, and officials are debating amongst themselves as to who touched it last, and they're going to ultimately settle on the Saints keeping the basketball.
Yeah, Jay Schmale telling Tim Ray didn't see the play, but that the pass was tipped by the Red Knights, so it stays Berks Catholic ball.
Kingston McCoy inbounds for Gavin Walker, limited to brief minutes in the first half because of foul difficulty. Back to Altamar, almost taken away by Khalil Samuel. McCoy now flips it to Zach Susky and Jackson Kozik, the 5 who start. Welker with it on the right side. Drives, dumps it off for Kozik. And nowhere to go. He'll kick it back out, and McCoy will reset. McCoy spots up for 3. That's off the back iron. And rebounded by Rosario. Up ahead for DeCastro. Back to Rosario. He drives. Kicks, absorbs 2 defenders. Back to DeCastro,
nice.
Who finishes with a left hand.
Really nice drive or finish by DeCastro with the left hand. And I think that might have been Wesley Rosario's first assist of the night. It was.
And it pulls the Red Knights to within 8, 10 now for DeCastro. 38-30 as Reading High scores on its first possession. Welker from the left wing. Wants to give it to McCoy. Overplay by Khalil Samuel, so he gives it back for Susky instead. Susky will drive, goes by a defender, but can't finish at the rim. Right there to pick it up is Welker, but blocked from behind by Rosario. He picks up the basketball, drives inside, taken back by McCoy. McCoy up ahead for Welker to the rim, blocked and fouled by Rosario.
Yeah, Berks Catholic giving Reading bit of their own dose of medicine, getting down the floor very quickly. Welker at the line for 2.
Smart foul by Rosario. He just wanted to make sure that Welker did not score at the rim, so he fouls him hard, sends him to the free throw line. Welker scored early in this game, but again had 2 early fouls in the first quarter and spent the second quarter on the bench. And he makes the first free throw here. He's now 4 for 5 at the line on the season. And the second bounces home as well. 40-30, Berks Catholic on top. We're a minute 25 seconds into the second half. DeCastro with it on the left side, guarded by Welker. Goes by him on a crossover dribble and draws the contact. And DeCastro back to the free throw line for Reading High.
Yeah, that was a really nice fake. Drove the baseline against Altamar, drew the foul, goes to the line to shoot 2. He's 6 for 6 from the line.
Fouls on Welker. That's his third.
I thought it was on Altamar.
Nope, that's Welker on the defense. So he picks up his third.
Okay.
And DeCastro's at the free throw line. Reading High was 8 for 8 at the free throw line in the first half, but DeCastro misses the first one here. Welker quickly out of the game with that third foul. Carmelo Harper, the freshman, back in for Berks Catholic. Justin DeCastro, the 10th grader, at the line for a second, and that one is home. So 11 for DeCastro, 5 straight in double figures now for Justin DeCastro. The lead for Berks Catholic is 9, 40-31.
DeCastro, the tip pass in the backcourt, but Berks Catholic maintained possession.
Altamar, McCoy, Kozik, Susky, and Harper out there for Snip Esley right now.
This is like a 1-2-2. It's like a 1-2-2.
It says say the same.
Yeah, I'm sorry. With DeCastro at top.
Yep. Saints figuring out how they want to attack it. Right now with Harper on the wing to the inside for Kozik. Stripped away, taken away by DeCastro. 3-on-2. DeCastro to the wing for Samuel. Blocked by McCoy. Rebounded inside by Beatty. Putback spins out. Tipped around and controlled by Brady Altamar and Berks Catholic.
Yeah, Red Knights needed one of those 2 to drop to make this a 7-point game. 2 really good opportunities.
With 5:30 left to go into third. Saints have it back. Susky, corner 3. This one off the front of the rim and rebounded by DeCastro. Threes were flying for the Saints early. Here's Rosario inside. DeCastro can't finish. Another great look by Rosario, but the Red Knights come up empty. And it remains 40-31, Berks Catholic on top.
You know, Reading's getting some good shots in this quarter. They just can't finish.
Kozik with the Susky with a skip pass inside. Kozik misses the shot, fights for his own rebound with Beatty. They're going to tie it up. Possession arrow will give it to the Red Knights. With that, Nelson Malave, sophomore, will check into the game for Reading High. And looks like Xavier Beatty will come out. Francis Kamara looking for some offense right now with his team down by 9. Jeremiah Kamara goes baseline up and under and home.
Yeah, he got an opening, drove the baseline, and finished.
Again, his first field goal, 4 points now in the night for Kamara. The Saints lead is 7, and now they turn it over on the other side as McCoy mishandles the pass on the corner out of bounds, and the Red Knights will get it right back. Johnny Gisa will check in. Jackson Kozik comes out for Berks Catholic. Khalil Samuel, Wesley Rosario, Nelson Malave, Justin DeCastro, Jeremiah Kamara, the 5 for the Red Knights. DeCastro lost it, saves it back to Samuel. Reading High holds on. Rosario over McCoy for 3, no. Rebounded by Malave. Good look inside for DeCastro and 2. Great find by Nelson Malave on the offensive rebound for a better shot to DeCastro.
You might have a warning here.
Yeah, I think this is just after the basketball.
Yeah.
And so Tim Negrini will give the Red Knights the warning.
This is the closest Reading's been
They got to
since early
6
in
in the
game.
second quarter.
Yeah.
Now it's a 5-point game at 40-35. We're halfway through quarter number 3.
This 1-2-2 has caused the Saints some trouble. They've not moving the ball real well against it.
They've extended that almost all the way out to half court. DeCastro goes for the steal. Altamar pulls it away from him, drives inside, dumps it for Susky, who goes strong off the glass for two.
A nice penetration, nice dish by Altamar.
Susky gets two more. He's in double figures. And the Saint lead is 7 at 42-35, and I believe they called a foul on the play as well. They did. So this is a three-point play opportunity for Susky.
It's on Rosario, his second, team second.
So Zach Susky to finish off the three-point play, and he does 11 for Susky, makes it 43-35 Saints. 3:45 to go in the third. Malave to Samuel, who drives inside. Off-balance left-hander, no, and rebounded by McCoy. Not a good look that time for Reading High. Quick shot, and off-balance left-hander for Khalil Samuel, and one and done for the Red Knights. High post is Gisa. They leave him alone. He'll shoot the foul line jumper. No. Fights and gets his own rebound. Kicks it back to Altamar, and a repossession for the Saints. Now off the screen. McCoy stops. Kicks it for Susky instead. Skip pass and a dangerous one. Good ball movement. Leaves Harper alone in the corner for three.
Nice ball movement there by the Saints. The baseline's open against this extended zone, and Berks Catholic has found somebody down there. They got one basket on Susky's three-point play, but Harper with the three.
Samuel to match it, but comes up empty. So the Red Knights had gotten it as close, as Rich said, to a 5-point game, and that quickly it's back up to an 11-point Berks Catholic lead, and after a miss on the offensive end, Berks Catholic, for the Red Knights, Berks Catholic's going to get it back, up 46-35.
Let's remember that sequence, the three-point play by Susky and the three-point basket by Harper.
46-35 Saints. Harper off the Gisa screen and roll, stripped away momentarily by Rosario. Gisa recovers and scores.
That's a really strong move by Gisa inside, double teamed by two Red Knights, and still managed to finish.
Kamara spins away from a defender and finishes in the paint nicely.
They really needed that. The Red Knights really needed a basket after the Saints extended the lead back to 13.
Now an 11-point game with 2:05 to go. Gisa again from the high post. This time we'll kick it for Harper. Right side for three is a line drive and short and into the hands of Malavi and the Red Knights. Rosario across half court to the corner for Kamara. Tries to go baseline, bumped and fouled. Foul's going to be on Harper on the bump. That's going to be his third. Will not be a shooting foul. Red Knights will inbound underneath. Cameron Jones into the game for Reading High as well. He'll be the inbounder. And finds Rosario in the paint for two easy ones.
Nice pass by Cam Jones. Nice play by Francis Kamara.
Red Knights are back at single digits at 9. Susky to change that with a three that's no good. Rebounded by Rosario, and he wants to go. Cross half court. Top of the key. To the corner. Kamara and three. No. Rebounded by Malavi, and another look for the Red Knights. Inside and fouled from behind as they posted up to Castro, and Gisa bumped him. It'll be on Gisa's second, team's third. And the Red Knights again will inbound underneath. 9-point difference on the scoreboard in favor of Berks Catholic. The Saints have led from the get-go. To the corner, Kamara fakes the three, drives inside. Left-hander rolls it home. No, they're going to call a travel before the bucket.
Tough call because that was a pretty shot by Jeremiah Kamara with the left hand. He looks a little frustrated by that call.
Red Knights with a little bit of token man-to-man defense. Altamar will clear everybody out and take it one-on-one against Kamara across half court. With 1:05 left to play in the third quarter. Altamar to the corner. Harper for three. Yes! Harper's second three of the third quarter.
Snip Esterly has to be happy. He's getting a lot of offensive production from other guys other than Kingston McCoy,
who has not scored in this third quarter after a 21-point first half. De Castro, pretty spin move off the post. No. And Susky with a rebound. 40 seconds to go in the third. Saints lead is 12, and they've got the basketball.
Yeah, McCoy's being face guarded by a variety of Reading High players. Right now, Cam Jones is on him.
With 30 seconds to go, Snip Esterly would like one shot. We'll see if the Saints respond. Susky Gives it up for Harper. Lost the handle on it, out of bounds. Turnover, Berks Catholic. With that, Kenyon Sheriff, senior, will check into the game for the first time for Reading High, and Jeremiah Kamara will come out. 20.2 left on the third quarter clock. Jackson Kozik back in for the Saints, and Harper will come out. Rosario to the corner for Malave. It's like Reading High is going to be contented with one shot to finish off this third quarter. Low post for DeCastro. Drives on Kozik. And a bump. Travel before.
Yep. That was the right call. He took an extra step trying to get to the basket. Nice defense by Jackson Kozik.
So with 4.7 left at the end of the quarter, the Saints will get another touch. Altamar across half court. Can he get the shot off? Good if it goes. It does.
And it does. Yep.
Brady Altamar with the heave from the top of the key with a three. And the Saints lead will now be 15 points as a result after three. Berks Catholic 54, Reading High 39. We'll take a timeout back to the Geico Complex for the final 8 after this on WEEU in Reading.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
Come visit your favorite spot in Laureldale, Shirley's Cafe and Tequila Bar. We know you're hungry, and Shirley's has you covered with nightly food and drink specials, including a wing special for Sunday football games that runs from noon until 10 p.m. Come check out the great service and fun atmosphere. Shirley's Cafe for lunch and dinner any day of the week. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. We start the fourth quarter. The Saints on top 54-39, thanks to Brady Altamar's three-pointer at the buzzer. And Berks Catholic has the basketball to start period number 4, again on top by 15 points.
It almost looks like this could be like a 4 or 5 point play, really, because Berks Catholic had possession to begin the fourth quarter following the Altamar three.
And we talked about whether or not the Saints can win with anyone other than Kingston McCoy. Well, Berks Catholic outscores Reading High 16-11 in the third quarter, and McCoy did not score a point. He's got the ball to the baseline corner. Count that one, and a foul.
With 2 men on him.
So McCoy shut out in the third after a 21-point first half, and he responds in kind with a bucket and a foul to make this another 3-point play possibility for Berks Catholic.
I think Kingston McCoy was determined to score there, shooting over 2 defenders and gets fouled trying for the 3-point play.
And he makes the free throw. Foul, by the way, was on Cam Jones, his third. And McCoy now with 24, and the lead is 18. Biggest of the night for Berks Catholic at 57-39.
Actually, Rosario with the 3 from the right corner over McCoy.
Rosario now with 14. Just the second 3 of the night for the Red Knights. 57-42 our score, 55 seconds into the fourth quarter. Harper drives, blocked by DeCastro. DeCastro has the ball back the other way for Reading High. From one end to the other, Euro step, and an offensive foul. Justin DeCastro tried to do it all by his lonesome, but he gets called for the offensive.
He made a terrific block on Carmelo Harper at the other end, but he charged into the defender. Good call by the officials.
And so the Saints will get it right back. 6:56 to go and a 15-point Saint lead at 57-42.
Wow, this is dangerous times here for the Red Knights. 6:56 left, down 15. They've got to find a way to get this game to single digits by the 4-minute mark.
Yeah, they had it to 5 And then the Saints got back-to-back three-point possessions. Got it that quickly back up to a double-digit lead as McCoy has it poked away from him by Malave. Now he'll give it up for Harper out near half court. And now it's Altamar with the ball in his hands. Saints can afford to be patient. Give it up for Harper into the corner for McCoy. Good look inside for Kozik, and
Great
one more
pass.
for Susky as a layup and a foul.
What a great ball movement by the Saints. Jackson Kozik gets the ball in the post, turns around, finds Zach Zusky for the layup, and now a three-point play.
So Susky to finish it off. Saints scoring three-point plays in a variety of ways, whether it's from beyond the arc or getting to the foul line as well. Ezra Jackson will now check into the game for the first time for the Red Knights as Malave will come out. And Kozik finishes it off. Susky finishes off. 14 now for Zach Susky. The lead is 18 at 60-42. Match is the largest for the Saints. Corner Jones. Now for Sheriff and around for Rosario. Almost lost it. Regains it. Trying to get by McCoy. Drives and then dishes. Sheriff drives along the baseline. Double team. Gives it up. Rosario has it. Jones drives. Lost the handle on it. Turnover Red Knights.
Yeah, Red Knights got it. They've got to find a way to get some points here in these next 2 minutes. They just look kind of out of sync offensively, Bob. I think they're doing a decent job defensively.
Susky goes between a trap, misses the shot. Jackson has the rebound, and back comes the Red Knights in the hands of Rosario. 5:30 left to go. Sheriff tees one up from distance. No. Kingston McCoy has the rebound, and Berks Catholic has it back the other way. McCoy in the open floor. Gets bumped and fouled. Kenyon Sheriff will get called for that foul, his first. The third against the Red Knights.
Bob, big reason why the Saints have an 18-point lead. 9 for 17 from three-point range.
And again, they've also converted a couple of old-school three-point plays as well, getting fouled and converting the free throw.
Especially the two by Zusky late in the third quarter and that one just a minute or so ago.
Again, Saints can afford to be patient. Altamar absorbs a double team, kicks it for Susky, for Kozik. They reset for McCoy, and a three-pointer bounces around the rim 4 times and falls in.
Shooter's luck there. Wow.
63-42, Saints on top. 27 for Kingston McCoy, 2 shy of his career high. Matches his season high yet Thursday against Governor Mifflin. Drive inside by Rosario, absorbs contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, good take by Wesley, trying to create some opportunity to score. Goes to the line.
So Kozik's second personal puts Rosario at the free throw line for the first time tonight. And he misses the first. He was 10 of 11 at the season before that shot.
Bob, his three from the right corner, probably around the 6:50 mark or so. They're the only points of the quarter for the Red Knights until that.
He makes that one. That is his new season high. He had 14 against Muhlenberg on Thursday. That's 15 tonight, but it's a 20-point difference in favor of the Saints, 63-43. Saints beat the pressure in the hands of McCoy, who drives and dishes. Kozik misses, gets his own rebound. Putback is no good, and rebounded by the Red Knights.
That was a heck of a look by Kingston McCoy.
Samuel kicks it back for Rosario, guarded by McCoy with 4:20 left to go in the ballgame. Saint lead is 20. Rosario flipped it back, nobody home. Susky with the steal. Susky going to go from one end to the other, fouled on the other end by Rosario. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, the Red Knights running out of time here, down 20 with 4:11 left. They need that those last 2 minutes. They needed to find a way to get this to single digits, and they just haven't been able to do so. And now Zach Zusky has a chance to add to the Saints' lead.
Back at the free throw line where he is 2 for 2 on the night. And makes the first of the two. Gavin Welker back in now for Berks Catholic, and Jackson Kozik will come out. 4:11 still left to go in this one. Susky makes them both. 5 in the quarter, 16 on the night now for Zach Susky. And the lead is 22, 65-43 Berks Catholic. Sheriff drives, fade away, no, rebounded by Harper.
It was a 5-point game before that. Old-fashioned 3 by Zusky, and the 3, was it by Altamar?
It was Harper, I
believe.
believe.
It was Harper. It was Harper. You're right. Thank you.
Susky tied up at half court, and the Saints will call timeout to avoid the turnover. With 3:52 left to go, it'll be just a 30-second timeout for Berks Catholic. Again, just trying to avoid the trap at midcourt. We'll keep it here.
Was it 40-35? It
was 40-35.
It's 25-8 since that stretch, and Saints now on their way to their second league victory.
22-point difference, 3:52 left to go in this one. If you're interested in having your business advertised within WEU's coverage of high school sports, it's as easy as calling 610-345-7338 at the prompts hit number 1 for sales. You can find out how easy and cost-effective it can be. Our coverage, of course, will continue well into January and February, and we expect well into March, as well as our postseason coverage will take us as long as the Berks County basketball teams are playing. We'll have coverage for you right here on 830 WEEU in Reading. Inbounds pass, a dangerous one. McCoy eventually controls it back in the backcourt for Berks Catholic. Here comes the trap. He gives it up for Gavin Welker. They'll swing it around now and play a little spread offense for Berks Catholic. Altamar with the basketball. Giving it up in the corner for Welker, who drives and dishes for Susky, and it's an easy 2 more.
Really good ball moved by the Saints. Zach Susky having himself a night.
67-43, Berks Catholic on top. Back the other way, pull a step back jumper. Khalil Samuel buries it. He's got 5. The lead is back to 22, 67-45 Saints. 3:12 left to go in the game. Welker for McCoy, drive, no good, but he's fouled.
It's going to be on Samuel. That's his first.
So Zach Susky has tied his career high with 18. And Kingston McCoy is at the free throw line to try and tie his career high. He had 29 last year against Trinity. He's got 27 at the foul line right now. First, no good. Kamara back in now for the Red Knights, and Rosario, interestingly enough, will come out. Invite you to stick around for our Pizza Como postgame show. Rich will have words with winning coach and our player of the game as well. McCoy misses them both. Euro step move on the other side. Kenyon Sheriff count the bucket and a foul. So Sheriff scores his first points of the night, a chance to make this a 3-point play as well.
Fouls on Zusky, Bob, his second. Bob, a few minutes ago, I got a halftime score. Wilson 24, Governor Mifflin 13. So if Wilson holds on and wins that game, we will have no undefeated teams left in Berks 1.
That seemed inevitable.
Yes.
Here's a rebound on the missed free throw that gets tipped around and ultimately controlled by Jeremiah Kamara and the Red Knights to the corner for Jackson. As Reading High trying to turn this into a 4-point play if they can convert the field goal here. Beatty will drive off balance. No. Fight for the rebound and a jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it in the favor of the Red Knights. Again, we'll see those Bulldogs on Friday night on their home floor against Reading High.
So if this result, if Berks Catholic finishes this, which they should, up 20 with 2:40 to go, and Wilson wins that game, Berks Catholic, Wilson, Mifflin, and Muhlenberg will all have 1 loss, and Reading will have 2 in the league.
Correct. And Mifflin, yes, Mifflin would be 2-1 now after their loss tonight, if that holds up with the Bulldogs on top, as Jeremiah Kamara gets fouled and will be at the line now to shoot 2 for the Red Knights.
By the way, I think we know a coach on the in front of the Berks Catholic bench who is probably going crazy here that the Saints are fouling and stopping the clock with a large lead.
Carmelo Harper committed the foul, and that's the fourth on Harper, putting Kamara at the line. And Jeremiah makes the first and the second. Makes it a 67-49 game. And the Red Knights trying to trap. Altamar beats the trap. Harper drives, dumps it for Susky. Trying to get away from Ezra Jackson. Throws it away. Turnover Saints. Back to the way. Kamara, step back, tees it up for three. Yes. And now the Red Knights will call a timeout with 2:13 to go as Kamara buries the three to get Reading High to within 15. Red Knights will not concede it yet. 67-52, Reading High on top. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout. Back to the Geico Complex with more after this.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis. No matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
67-52, Berks Catholic on top of Reading High. Again, I'll remind you that beginning with our coverage as we turn into the new year, we'll start back with our coverage on January the 6th, and we'll also continue or expand our coverage as the scoreboard show will return. We heard it throughout the football season. We'll be back for the basketball season after all of our regular season games in the month of January. Jeff Nolan, Matt Knob will run down all the scores each and every night. Post-game interviews with coaches and players as well. Keeping you up to date with everything that's happening in Berks County basketball on both the boys and girls side as our coverage rolls into the new year. Berks Catholic with a basketball following the Red Knight timeout. Harper is trapped. The ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Saint basketball. 10-second clock continues to count. Altamar now will be the inbounder. Red Knights picking up full court man. Inbounds for Susky and bumped and fouled.
Gonna go to one. We're in the bonus.
In the bonus as the Red Knights have committed their 5 team fouls. So Zach Susky will go to the other end and shoot 2 more. Susky with a now matched his career high of 18. He had 18 in the win in game 2 against Pope John Paul II. And Susky can add to his total right now at the line. And he does. 19 for Susky. 2:06 remaining in this one.
Very quiet Geico Complex. I'm not used to this at all.
69-52. Saints on top. Kickback. Jones for 3. No. Off the back iron. Rebounded by McCoy. McCoy picks up his dribble, finds Susky, who finds Welker, who heads to the bucket and scores on the reverse.
Nice move by Gavin Walker.
71-52. 6 for Welker with 1:35 to go. Jeremiah Kamara drives against McCoy, blocked by McCoy, and out of bounds. It'll stay Red Knight basketball. I guess it wasn't blocked. It just hit off the back of the backboard, I assumed.
And the Red Knights aren't arguing.
No, not at all. And now a foul on the inbounds play is going to put McCoy at the free throw line as Sheriff went for the steal. So Kingston McCoy, who just missed 2 at the line, will shoot 2 more for the Saints. First is good. Johnny Giesa will check back in now for the Saints. Sophomore comes in. Zach Susky comes out. Might be the end of the night for Susky, who's had himself a career night with 20. And McCoy matches his career high with 29. 73-52 Saints. 1:20 left to go. And the Red Knights almost turn it over. Ezra Jackson ultimately does have it taken away. Altamar will take it across half court. Poked away by Kamara. Altamar regains possession with 1:05 to play. To the baseline for Welker. Avoids the trap for McCoy. Stripped from behind. Taken away by Cam Jones. Up ahead for Kamara. Taken back by Harper. Turnover both ways. Inside of a minute to go. Saints will hold it if the Red Knights don't commit a foul. Snip Bessley has seen enough. He's got himself a W on the road at the Geigel. So Berks Catholic will go to 2-1 with the wins on the road. They lost at home to Governor Mifflin on Thursday. So the Berks Catholic Saints come to the Geigel complex, and they're going to come away with a convincing victory. It's a 21-point game as the Saints are going to dribble out the final moments of this fourth quarter. McCoy with the basketball in his hands gives it up for Altamar. Altamar hit a running three at the end of the third quarter. It maybe was the final dagger in the comeback attempt, if there were any, for Reading High, who will not bother to foul. The final seconds will tick down, and Berks Catholic with a road victory in Division I. They go to 2-1 on the division, and the Red Knights fall to 0-2. The final score, Berks Catholic 73. Reading 52. We'll take a timeout. Back with our postgame show presented by Pizza Coma right after this in WEEU in Reading.
Shop, earn, and save with the Redner's Rewards program. Purchase select items at Redner's and unlock big savings on groceries and fuel. Redeem your points in-store and fill your shopping cart with fantastic deals like buy 3, get the 4th free. Save on fuel, too. Enjoy discounts at Redner's Quick Stop, Speedway, and many other locations. Get 5 cents off per gallon for every $50 spent. Plus, discover tons of special offers, digital deals, and surprise savings available to rewards customers. Start saving today. Sign up at the store or online at rednersmarkets.com.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away. Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Doors. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
Welcome to the Pizza Como postgame show. Pizza Como is a family-owned business going strong on the 5th Street Highway for over 50 years, serving the finest Italian dishes, Berks County's best variety of Italian sandwiches, and legendary pizza. Right next door is the Yard, a virtual golf experience to keep your game sharp all year round. And if you love sports cards and memorabilia, stop in to buy, sell, or trade. Pizza Como and the Yard, 4600 5th Street Highway in Temple. Saints with a convincing victory tonight on the road at the Geigel Complex. They beat Reading High by a final score of 73-52. Rich Garcella has worked his way down on the floor. He's caught up with Snip Esley. Rich and Snip, take it away. Well, we'll get down to them in a minute. Rich, you got it. Take it away. Oh, he's got some spectators wandering in front of him, so they're waiting to clear the path. And Snip wins number 820 in his Hall of Fame career. Just waiting for some people to get out of the way so they can have their interview. And then once that happens, that's what we're doing. We're waiting for Kingston McCoy to come back out of the locker room so Rich can talk to both player and coach. And once they are set up, Rich, it's yours. We're getting a little bit of issues with the microphone, so once we get that figured out, we will work from there. But right now, the Saints, who led this game by a score of 23-10 after a quarter, Reading High made their run in the second quarter, got it to within 10 after 2 at 38-28. And then Reading High got it as close to as a 5-point game in the third quarter at 40-35. But that is when the Saints got back-to-back 3-point plays on their offensive end. Rich, go ahead. All right, we're still having troubles with that microphone, so we'll reconnect with Rich in a moment. And unfortunately, right now, that's going on down on the floor, so we'll try to get Rich's attention, and we'll stop him for a second. We'll hopefully connect with Rich down on the floor, but right now, we continue with what's going on with the Saints getting to back-to-back 3-point possessions on the floor. We'll try it one more time. Rich, go ahead. See it again. Try it again. I'm not sure what's going on with that microphone, but right now that microphone is not working. So we'll see what we can figure out and go from there. 46-35 after the two back-to-back 3-point possessions for Berks Catholic to get it back to an 11-point advantage at 46-35. Let's take one quick timeout. We'll see if we can get Rich's microphone working on the floor and then have more of our postgame show after this on WEEU and Reading. Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
I'm John Petruzzelli, principal of Berks Catholic High School, a school where students feel safe, loved, and challenged. Guided by our 4 pillars of success, God, family, academics, and fun, we strive to positively impact our students spiritually, academically, socially, and emotionally so they can lead distinguished lives of service and one day reach heaven. To learn more about how to be a saint, please visit berkscatholic.org. It's always a great day to be a saint.
Welcome back to our Pizza Como show. I apologize. We're having some issues with the wireless microphone. So if you wish to watch our postgame interview with Snip Essley and Kingston McCoy, Zach Susky, they will be available on social media. Are recording them, and they will be available. You can hear them and see them on our social media posts, whether it be Facebook, whether it be Twitter, whether it be Instagram. You can find it on all of our social media posts, and you'll be able to see those interviews. But for our purposes, as I said, the Saints got a 11-point lead again after Reading High had closed it within 5 at 40-35, and the Saints pushed it back up to a 15-point advantage in the end of the third quarter on a buzzer beater by Brady Altamar, kind of a running heave at the top of the key, and Altamar banged it home for a 3-point play that made it a 54-39 lead after 3, and the Saints ultimately then pushed it quickly up into a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter, and they win it by a 21-point advantage. Tonight's player of the game is brought to you by the Reading Fightin' Phils and their all-new Redders Event Center at First Energy Stadium. The R-Phils remind you to have your next sports team banquet in the R-Phils all-new Redders Event Center banquet and meeting facility at First Energy Stadium. Whether it's a sports banquet, a wedding, a corporate meeting or event, or any charity fundraiser dinner, the number one place for events in Berks County for groups of 40 to 1,000 is the all-new Redders Event Center at the R-Phils. Go to rphils.com/events for more information. And their player of the game, and Rich Garcella is talking to him right now, is Kingston McCoy, who matches his career high with 29 points. He had a 29-point game last year against Trinity, of course, before that injury that he suffered last year, and that injury was, ironically enough, against Reading High, and it was at Berks Catholic High School when he suffered that broken leg. But before that, he had 29 points in a non-leaguer against Trinity. That's a non-leaguer against Trinity. This is at Reading High against the Red Knights. A big difference and a bigger stage for Kingston McCoy, and he matches that 29 points. And a great job by Zach Susky, who's with him. If there's a co-player of the game, it's Zach Susky, who sets a career high as he goes for 20 for Berks Catholic. And we say that for a reason, because tonight's play of the game is also brought to you by the American Diner in West Reading. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or a late-night snack, you'll find a variety of menu items and homemade desserts. American Diner serves breakfast all day, and dinner entrees include dinner rolls and butter, soup and salad bar, and a choice of potato or vegetable. There's a full senior citizen menu that includes a free dessert. Military veterans receive a 10% discount. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and serving the community for generations since 1994. And the play of the game was at that moment when Reading High had closed the gap after Berks Catholic had a 10-point lead after 2 quarters. Reading High closed it to within 5 in the third quarter at 40-35. But the Saints converted on back-to-back possessions for 3 points in each of those possessions. And the first was to Zach Susky, who scored, got fouled, converted that free throw, made it a 43-35 lead. And then Carmelo Harper hit a 3 for the Saints in their next possession, and that quickly was up to an 11-point lead, and it never got back closer than double digits as the Saints ran it to a 15-point margin after 3 and won this one by 21 points. The final score, one more time, it was Berks Catholic 73, Reading High 52. We'll take one more timeout. We'll come back and wrap up a night of basketball, set you up for what lies ahead right here on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
I'm John Petruzzelli, principal of Berks Catholic High School, a school where students feel safe, loved, and challenged. Guided by our 4 pillars of success, God, family, academics, and fun, we strive to positively impact our students spiritually, academically, socially, and emotionally so they can lead distinguished lives of service and one day reach heaven. To learn more about how to be a saint, please visit berkscatholic.org. It's always a great day to be a saint.
Welcome back to the Geico Complex. I remind you, more high school basketball coming your way. The Red Knights now in a 1-5 spot on the season, and 0-2 in the division, and they will be up against it, and they'll be up against it on Friday night as well, as they will head to Wilson to take on the Bulldogs Friday night. Reading High and Wilson, and then don't forget it's a non-leaguer, but it means a whole lot more than that. On Monday night, girls basketball matchup for you. It'll be Berks Catholic and Wyomissing. Those two met in the semifinals in last year's Berks County playoffs, and they will meet on Monday night, December the 23rd, and we'll have that one for you from Spartanland. Wyomissing playing host to Berks Catholic girls basketball for you on Monday night. 73-52, our final score. Berks Catholic on top of Reading. Reminder, as Rich rejoins me here in the booth, unfortunately we could not get our wireless microphone working, but we did get those interviews done. So check out all of our social media posts. They will be there for you. Again, with Snip Essley, our player of the game in Kingston McCoy, and Zach Susky was part of our play of the game as well. A career high for Susky with 20 and a matching of his career high by Kingston McCoy with 29. Rich, just the final couple of thoughts before we wrap up tonight's basketball game. Berks Catholic weathered every storm. They never trailed in this basketball game. The Red Knights made a little bit of a push in the third quarter. But as we said, our American Diner play of the game was those back-to-back three-point possessions with Susky scoring and getting fouled. Susky came up big tonight. Obviously, McCoy was McCoy. He had 21 in the first half. But the Saints still built their lead in the third quarter, even though Kingston McCoy did not score in period number 3.
No, they got scoring from Zach Zusky, Carmelo Harper, a three at the buzzer from Brady Altamar, which kind of carried the Saints right into the fourth quarter. And they got a nice 2 by Johnny Giesa, a putback. So, yeah, they got production from other sources, and they're going to need it when they're in, some closer games the rest of the season. Tonight, I thought Berks Catholic's defense was very, very good, especially their interior defense. Reading struggled to get inside. I thought that Berks Catholic, Snip Essley was looking for increased energy. He got it tonight, increased energy on defense.
Kingston McCoy again with 29, Susky with 28 for Carmelo Harper, 7 for Brady Altamar, 6 for Gavin Welker, and 2 for Johnny Giesa, 1 for Jackson Kozik, and the Saint total of 73. For the Red Knights, they were led by Wesley Rosario. He had 15, one of 3 Red Knights in double figures. Justin DeCastro with 13, Jeremiah Camaro with 11, 5 for Khalil Samuel, and 2 each for Xavier Beatty, Kenyon Sheriff, Nelson Malave, and Cameron Jones, and the Red Knight total of 52. So now the question turns to where are and what are the Reading High Red Knights at this point in time, other than the fact that they are 1-5, 0-2 in the division, and a road trip to West Lawn on Friday night to take on the Bulldogs. It is a very precarious spot for Reading High. Francis Camara, we learned this about him very early in the season last year when it looked like he could be up against it. He does not lose faith in himself and or his team, and so he will no doubt transmit that to his players. It's a very young basketball team, but they are a big win away from getting themselves back and feeling a whole lot different about themselves, and there's nobody better to do that to is to try to figure out a way to do that against Wilson on Friday night.
Yeah, I think that's going to be, we thought before this game, this was a really big game for Reading because it was here at the Geigel. They came up short. Friday, that makes Friday's game even bigger for the Red Knights. And right now, Bob, with 39 seconds left, Wilson has a 1-point lead over Governor Mifflin, trying to find out when that game turns final. If it turns final, we'll give it to you. But I think that's going to be a big, big game for the Red Knights because – if they lose that to fall to 0-3 in the league, there's only how many league games? Now you've really dug yourself a hole. I do agree with you. I think this Reading team will get better and better as the season goes on.
73-52, our final score. The Saints improved to 5-1 and now 2-1 in Division I. And as we just told you, the Reading High Red Knights fall to 1-5 on the season and 0-2 in the division.
Just got a final from Governor Mifflin. It was Wilson 44. Governor Mifflin 41. So now you have 4 teams with 1 league loss.
Right.
That would be Wilson, Governor Mifflin, Muhlenberg, and Berks Catholic, and 1 with 2 losses. That would be the Reading High Red Knights.
Well, as Snip Essley said to us before the game, one really good team is not going to make the county playoffs. And as he said, I hope it's not us. And I can tell you all 5 coaches in Division I can say exactly that. One of us isn't going to make the playoffs, and I hope it's not us. But one of them is not going to make the county playoffs. It's that simple. But how that's going to shake itself out by the middle of February, who knows? But right now, that team is the Red Knights with a lot of basketball still to play.
I mean, we could end up with, who knows? We could have 5 teams at 6-6 when this is all said and done, the way things are going so far. Long way to go, but it's really, if you're Francis Camara, you don't want to be 0-3. So that makes the game Friday night at Wilson really important because now you're really in a hole.
So we'll find it out. That's our next game here on our schedule here on WEEU. And that's going to do it for our coverage. Thanks to Jay Green, the athletic director here at Reading High School, for the hospitality. Thanks to Matt Knob for doing the job back at the WEEU studios. For my colleague, Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. Again, the final score, Berks Catholic 73, Reading High 52. High school basketball presented by Savage Auto Group. We'll have more of it for you Friday night right here on 8:30 a.m. WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on WEEU.
High school sports on 8:30 WEEU is brought to you in part by Adelphia Seafood, American Diner, Bachman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling, Berks Catholic High School, Chick-fil-A, Cross Keys Insurance, Diefenbach Snacks, Elite Fuel Service, Houndstown Reading, Judd Firestone Plumbing, Kuhn Funeral Home, Overhead Door Company, Rittner's Warehouse Markets,